All right, talking about Tom Friedman's a waste of time, so I'll move on to the second part.
All righty then. You owe us a name, a nominee, a winning person who you promised.
Actually, only a revolution at this point is going to defeat Donald J. Trump.
It's not true.
Only people rising up and doing the work that needs to be done is going to remove him from office. He's the real deal, and he humiliated all of us by losing the election and then being given the keys to the Oval Office. Yes, I am the Trump demographic. I'm an angry white guy over the age of 50 with a high school education. Only Brian and I are the ones with a high school education, because Brian doesn't have a degree,
pointing that out.
And neither do I. Yes, but look, you are good company. You're with me. All right. So here's how to defeat Trump. Number one, this isn't 1980.
And I didn't know that the gas tank would rupture.
You talk about the working class like it's Lunch Bucket Joe. The working class, the majority of the working class in this country are women.
Now you're talking about paying women for doing housework and doing work at home, being mothers. That's a good idea.
When you say working class, you're talking about young people, 18 to 35. They make the least amount of money. When you're talking about working class, you're talking about people of color. They make the least amount of money. That's who the working class is. They're going to be women, people of color, or young people between the ages of 18 and 35, or a combination of the three. That is America in 2019, 2020. That's number one. Number two, so let's stop talking about how we can get this middle class, this Midwestern middle America, quit talking about it like it's like this, like we got to get those middle Americans out there in the field of dreams, out in the cornfield, it's not that anymore. The working class is women. The working class are people of color. The working class are young people. They don't know what you're talking about when you talk about this Michigan, Macomb County, Reagan Democrat, all this stuff. I remember my parents' friends talking about waxing poetic about Calvin Coolidge. We were like, what? It's be quiet. The Beatles are on Ed Sullivan. Let's get out the Democratic base of young people, women, and people of color. And for the 1/3 of the white guys who voted for Hillary last time, good on you. Come on back and bring a couple of your buddies who mistakenly voted for Trump. But that's all we've got to do, folks. The Detroit Tigers don't get to say, we don't want to go to New York and play the Yankees. We're just going to lose. No, you got to go to New York and play the Yankees. And number three, we have to have a candidate who is beloved by the American people and who is outside the political inner circle, somebody who's not a politician, somebody who's going to win. It's not enough just to beat Trump. The only way to remove Trump is to crush Trump. And that's the question that has to be asked. Who can crush Trump? Who's the street fighter? Who's the street fighter that can crush Trump? And frankly, I think there's a person that could do this. If the election were held today, there is one person that would crush Trump.
We need a president who is not a bully, but can stand up to the bullies of the world. I speak from experience when I say Andrew Yang is the one.
The proof is there. The majority of Americans take the liberal, progressive position. And they will come out, if they're inspired, to vote for the candidate that's going to side with them.
As you probably gathered, I'm not a career politician. I'm an entrepreneur and problem solver. And we have the resources. The biggest lie in America right now is we do not have the money. Oh, yeah.
This is how we're going to lose. If we don't run a street fighter, if we don't run somebody who's going to inspire people to come out and vote, we're going to lose again.
We have to move the clock forward. We have to accelerate our economy and society. We are getting people from every part of the ideological spectrum because people are fed up with the same conversations and the same food fights that never lead anywhere.
Nobody listened to me last time when I said this, that Trump was going to win. He was going to win Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania. And I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want it to happen. But I think a lot of people watching this right now know it already did happen once, so you know it can happen again. And it will happen again if we don't run the right candidate, a beloved American who's not an inside the beltway politician type person, but somebody who's going to be a street fighter and fight for that 70% majority that's going to take us back into the White House.
This kid said, why are we not taxing Amazon?
Yeah.
Why are we not taxing these giant corporations? He says, this kid says, it's not my idea, please. He says, if we tax these big corporations, you could give every American $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
And that would take away a lot of the, what am I going to do about my taxes? What am I going to do about this?
I don't
What
think
am I
people understand. We are going to lose this if we run the same way that we ran last time. And God bless Hillary, she beat him by 3 million votes. The Democrat next year is going to beat him by 5 million popular votes and could still lose the Electoral College. We have to make sure that doesn't happen.
Michael Moore from Traverse City, Michigan, a guy who went on Bill Maher's show, notably, famously, rather shaken, and said he thought the election might be going the other way. And so as a result, when Michael Moore speaks about such things, more people than usual listen. Michael, thank you very much for coming on. We really appreciate you joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for hearing my voice, and thank you.